Here's what a lot of you have been asking for. It's finally here. New construction homes in the Wellington, Florida area. Welcome to Henrik Reserve. As you can see, there's a ton of construction here. If you want to get in on the ground floor in one of the most sought after areas in Palm Beach, Florida, this is a video you're going to want to watch. The Prestige model. We have shown this model in other communities. This is a great model for like an empty nester. In my book, it's exactly what this is. This is a 2 to 3 bedroom. It has some personalization that you can make it to your own, but you can make it 2 or 3 bedrooms. It's a 2.5 bath home. It's a 2-car garage home, and it's a 2,080 square feet under air, all on one floor. Let's go check this out from the outside in. With this community, you're getting in on the ground floor. They literally just opened up 3 weeks ago. As you can see, as you noticed when we walked in, they have cables on the floor. AT&T is in here laying down some wiring for internet and things like that for this home. The price on this home, I know you guys like to know the prices right away. This is going to start at $714,000. One of the attributes, one of the best things about this community is its location. But I've got this sheet here. I got to tell you, I'm going to be talking about this throughout. This builder has 4 communities in the area, and this is like the entry level one. So each one, as we take a step up, like the next one up, we've done a video on. It's called Greyhawk Landing. This is going to be, if you want an affordable home in the Wellington area. This is in the Wellington, Florida area. It's technically a Lake Worth home, but it is literally right next door to the borderline of Wellington, very close to Wellington Greek Mall. If that's the case, this is a community you want to definitely consider. So I'm here in the master suite. I just showed you that. Don't know if you saw this. This is sort of cool about this model. His closet, he does get a closet here. It's actually generous for a guy's closet. And as we travel through the master bath, back here is the larger closet. I'll see if I'm going to close this door to get a better sense of it for the ladies. So this is a nice setup. You don't see this too often. Usually what you see here in Florida is you'll see when it comes to the master closets, you just see them off the bathroom or outside the bathroom, never one, not usually at least, one and the other. This home has it. So I've sold some of these up in Avondale. And as you guys know who follow the channel, we do a lot of business up in Avenir. This builder, the builder is DeBasta, which is the luxury line for Pulte Homes, which is the parent company. We've done a lot up there. The people who bought this model, in our experience up there and other communities around South Florida, is small families. One person in particular that comes to mind was just living on her own. It's only 2,080 square feet, as I mentioned. So a big family is not necessarily going to be. This is not that house for them. Next to the kitchen. Having said that, though, it is a pretty big kitchen. The island, as you can tell, is very big, in my opinion. For the size of the house, it's great. They show it with 4, and you can obviously make more on the end there. The other factor I like about it is they use KitchenAid first off. That's a higher end label. It's not Wolf, but it's a higher end label. Double oven, oven, microwave combo. It's an average size refrigerator. Pantry is decent. For the size of this house, I think this is a, I'm gonna go inside. It's a decent sized pantry for the size of this house. I mean, the kitchen, if from a relative perspective, is a big kitchen for this home. "19 years ago, my family and I relocated to this beautiful part of the world we call sunny South Florida, and we haven't looked back. Today, we truly find an honor to help people, perhaps like you, do the exact same thing. If you're thinking about moving to this area and you want to ask questions from people who've done it before, there's a few ways to get a hold of us. Down below is our email address. That's one great way. Also on the screen, you see our phone number. You can either call or text that number. But literally two of the best ways is in the description and the comment section. There's a link. Click on that link. What that'll do is they'll set some time for us to speak, either through a phone call, through a Zoom, whatever way you feel most comfortable. In any case, we have your back when it comes to relocating here to sunny South Florida. So here is one of the secondary bedrooms. Here's what I like about it. The bay windows. I love those bay windows. When you buy a new construction home, you're going to oftentimes, if you're building from scratch, you're going to pick your elevation. Now, people are confused by the term elevation from time to time, elevation means like the front of the stone on the front, and it also sometimes will determine the structure. So not all prestige models will have that bay window thing going there. But what I like about it, for the size of this room, that's a huge window, lots of light. You could use this as an office if you like. Also, as you can, let's look at the closet real quick. No, nothing ordinary. It's a typical closet. When you come here into the hallway, that's the bathroom you're going to use for this bedroom. Also, as you continue down this hallway in the front of the house, is this room. Now, it's a bedroom. DeVos is using it as a room to show off their, as they say, their craftsmanship, and they're also going through their warranty stuff. The warranties, when you buy, you guys, I gotta spend some time on this, because when you buy from a builder, and as opposed to like existing homes, this is one of the pros when it comes to buying with a new home construction builder, is you get these coverages. Here they have a 1, 2, 5, and 10-year coverage. So when you buy an existing home in Florida here, they're considered as-is contracts. Basically, you get the home as is. Here with the builder, they'll give you these protections. Now, if you are the second owner of that home, and like I say, the first person bought it from the builder, and you're coming in after, let's say 2 or 3 years later, you will still get this. So if you're buying, reach out to Living in Palm Beach, Florida for guidance on this. By the way, we're going to talk about a Zoom call later. If you're thinking about moving to this area, you need to reach out to us. We can help you. The builders, especially with these builders, we will help you independently of them. Then we'll give you guidance on this. But if you buy as a second buyer, you'll still get this. Ask the owner, the seller, if he has the documentation. That's important. Let us help you with that. Ask if he has this documentation. This way you don't have to jump through hoops. 1-year coverage. You get on pretty much everything in the house is 1 year covered. 2 year is going to be stuff like your electric, your HVAC, which is your air conditioning, anything that's mechanical or plumbing. That's going to have 2-year coverage from when the first buyer closes on the home. You have 5-year coverage for like internal leaks and water infiltration issues, and 10-year coverage on structural issues. So this is one of the pros when you're buying from a new construction builder. And we do a lot of relocations. You guys that follow the channel know this. And the reason why I say this, because most people we find are buying new construction homes because of things like that. So above the people that reach out to us, like literally 80 to 90%, prefer new construction over existing. Stick around. The next home I'm going to show you, I have never shown before. It's called the Trailblaze, right? No, Trailside. Don't get me done. Let me start this. Trailside. It's a 2-story home. It's bigger than this. I walked it before. Stick around. I want to show you that because I have, of all the communities that this builder has been in, like up in Avenir, up in Port St. Lucie, lots of different places, down in Boynton Beach, the Greyhawk Landing, which is their #2 community on this list. I've never seen that, so that's going to be interesting to see. This is Henrik Reserve. Greyhawk Landing is pretty close. And I'm going to tell you about the luxury line of what these guys have coming up, which is not open yet. Stick around to this channel if you want the previews of the luxury end of this builder coming up and starting at the end of this year. So continuing with that prestige, I like the way you saw those the 2 bedrooms. The one they show there, that's the warranty room. They share this bathroom. It's a full bath. It's a step-down shower. Leave a comment down below. I'd love to know if you prefer like a walk-in or a step-down. I guess if you're older or if you have older parents, that might be an issue. You can use this if you are like a single person and you have your in-laws staying with you. I could see you using this. This could be their suite. I've seen this model explained that way. But here we're at the beginning stages of this community, and I think you guys that follow the channel know this. The best deals are at the beginning of the community. So if you want something in the Wellington area, the best deals are right now. Continuing, the laundry room's a big laundry room. Listen, I'm a critic when it comes to this stuff. Little touches like this make a big difference to a house. A big area to do. First off, the washer and dryer is gigantic, both the units. Cabinetry up above. It's a model home, so some of this is not going to be. This will be standard, I think, but this might not be. The sink might or might not be. Let us help you on what you should take in terms of options when you go to contract with builders in general. We can help with that. This is what you Northerners call a mudroom, right off the garage, which is probably locked. Oh no, it's open. That is actually, I should have known that. That is the sales office. This model is the garage is the sales office. More on that in a minute. But this is a nice mudroom. So people up north are generally speaking used to coming off the garage, getting out and taking the snow off their boots. We don't get snow here in Florida, and they call this like a mud area. You can use this for whatever you like, but this is they have it built out that way. So you can see that, but they sort of have that built out that way. They have a powder room, so I think this is great. So from the standpoint that if you're entertaining here, you don't have to have your guests, come into this, which is the bedroom's bathroom. If that's my bedroom, I don't want people coming in my bathroom in a party. I'm sorry, it's just the way I feel. So I just stepped outside. I wanted to quickly talk a little bit about the lots. I'm going to cover the lots a little bit later. So stick around for that. It's important because when you buy, like I gave you the price of this house first thing. The Prestige is $714,000. That's the base price of the house. If it's a to be built, if it's a quick delivery, they're quoted it differently. We'll talk about that later. But if you buy the to be built home, you're going to have to purchase a lot. This is one of the lakes off the lot. They literally just dug this lake out because, like as I mentioned, this community opened literally 3 weeks ago. I was at a community just yesterday, and there might be one right there. Where I just was looking out and I saw an alligator. That was up in Avenir, where was that? Up in Solana Bay, up in Avenir. We saw an alligator. They don't really come out too often, but they kick their heads up just a little bit. This fence will help you. Yes, we have alligators here, just so you know, here in Florida. But when you buy a new construction home, you're gonna buy the home, you're gonna buy the lot, and any upgrades. So let us help you what to expect, because that $714 price after all is said and done with the lot and everything else, that number is gonna probably at least start with an 8. So here is the front of the Prestige. As I mentioned, they use the garage as their sales center. If you're coming to this community to check it out, and if you walk into that sales center on your own, you are absolutely crazy. Here at Living in Palm Beach, Florida, we highly recommend independent representation. Independent representation means we need to be there on your very first visit. There's no cost to using us to help you with your visit. There's no discount for not using us. You could ask them over in the sales center. We'll be there for your whole journey from beginning to the end, and we're independent of them. If there are homes for sale in the area that are existing homes that are a better value, we can help you with that. They're not going to tell you about that. They don't want to sell you what you have there. If there are other competing communities, other communities like this in the area, they're not going to direct you to go to see another community. We work with all the new construction, and we love to help you and work with you independently for you, because we have your back when it comes to relocating to South Florida. Now I'm in the Trailside home. I have never seen this model. I've been to many Devasta communities. This is the first time I've seen this model built. Here in this community, Hendricks Reserve, they only have 2 models. It's 117 homes, so it's not the biggest community. They've already sold 20. They're open 3 weeks and they've sold 20 already. So, like I said, getting in early is important if you want to get good pricing. Speaking of pricing, the price on this one is $751,000. That's for the base price of the home. I told you a little about what that means with the base price, but let's go check out the Trailside from the outside in. As you could see, it is a bigger house on the outside. And as you can see, I showed there's only 2 models here. There are more models. They have another community nearby. I've mentioned it briefly before, Greyhawk Landing. So if you like some of the other models, that place is just literally a few miles down the road. As an example, the Mystique is down there, one of their most flexible models. You want to take either community. If you want to compare the communities, that one's a little bit higher price. If you want to compare the communities, there's no one better than Living in Palm Beach. Let's go check out the Trailside. So as you notice on the sign coming in, the size of this home is bigger. It's 2,615 square feet under air. I mentioned the price, $751,000. For that size, they're able to get 5 bedrooms in this place. It's 5 bedrooms, 3 bath, 2-car garage. I think there's a lot of unique features to this home. Let's go check it out. So you guys who know Living in Palm Beach, Florida, we give you the pros and cons. We are known for the channel that in Palm Beach that gives you all the pros and cons of all the different communities and all the different towns for that matter. Pros and cons of Wellington, as we see right there. Watch that video after this one. If you're interested in Wellington, the reason why people come to Wellington is for the schools. One of the reasons is for the schools. There's a polo. It's a winter equestrian capital of the world. The Polo Hall of Fame, the only one in the whole world. The polo, the sport. The Polo Hall of Fame is literally right down the street from here. But here's the pros and cons. So that you saw that bedroom right off the kitchen. If you're entertaining here, here's a con, by the way. If you're entertaining here, and you're this bathroom right here, it is a full bathroom. Remember I told you this in this video and other videos. Here's your bedroom. This is your bedroom. You're gonna have people who are, if you're entertaining, they're gonna be using your bathroom. I don't want that. The other thing I wish there was, I wish the entrance a little bit more dramatic. For a 2-story home, generally speaking, you're gonna walk in the door. Like I'm backed up to the front door right now, and you're gonna look up, and you're gonna normally see it better. That doesn't have it. So The pro about this house is you have a home that's 2,600 square feet and you have 5 bedrooms. I think you'll be impressed with upstairs. You can fit a lot of people in this house. And I think that's one of the pros when it comes to this house. But if that fits your family, let's talk. Let's check this out. In a second, I'm going to go upstairs and show you upstairs. But before doing that, I want to go over the lots because, listen, if you're buying a home and you want to know what the actual pricing is, you're going to want to know what the lots are. Let's go outside and let's talk about the lot pricing. So I just stepped outside. I like this area. This is one of my favorite things about this house. You can put a TV up on the wall there as they have. If this was my house, I'm screening this in. I'm screening this in. I'm watching TV. I'm watching the Miami Dolphins on Sunday right there. I think this bodes well. This is like prime for entertaining in the backyard and for a screen. Bring in my little sheet here for my lots. Bear with me, guys. Also, stick around to the end. We're gonna go over the numbers. HOA. This is a really good community for HOA. Stick around for that. We'll give you the details on that, on CDD and all the things you're gonna want to know. You could see this house right here. Like here is the deck. Here is that screened-in patio, right? Privacy wall here, and the fence is right off this. Look at the next house over. Same thing, right? You know what they call this? Let's see if you got this. This is a 0 lot line. What that means is you own this and you don't own this side of the house. This side, everything on that side of the house is owned by there. So you only own one side of the house. In a traditional single-family home, you own both sides. In a 0 lot line community, you only own one. Now, if you want to know more about which ones you can get, which might be bigger, want more, I know a lot of people from up north want more land. If you're looking for a different community that has that, we can help you. But this lot seems pretty big. And to walk out to where the stake is. This is where they're staking it out. You can tell from this. That's where they're showing the house. So this is basically your yard, and everything here is common area. So there's nothing. Doesn't look like there's going to be anything built on the other side. So you're going to get a nice private view, which is nice. I just wish you didn't. All things being equal, I would prefer to own both sides of the house. Pricing. You'll be happy about this. They had 2 collections here, by the way, classic and estate. There are hardly any. There's like only a handful of estate homes that have be built here. Their biggest home here, which is called the Eastleigh, right? The Eastleigh is the biggest home here. It's going to be 2,685. There's only two sites that can fit it. So it's going to mainly center around these classic series. So the classic series, you can get a lot today as low as $17,500. Actually, no, I see one for 10. So there's one for 10,000, and there's the highest one I see on the sheet today is 62,000. That's for the classic series, which is where most of the 117 homes are going to be. The estate is going to go from 65 up to 120. Your lot 120 is that big one that the Eastleigh can fit. They're saving it for that. So if you're looking at, like, let's say this trail side, which I said was 751, and you want to buy that cheap lot that's for 10,000, now you're looking 761. You're going to probably put some upgrades into it. So you're going to be at least at about 800,000 here in this community of Hemrick Reserve in Wellington / Lake Worth, Florida. As promised, let's go upstairs. I think you can get the picture of what's going to happen here if you bought this house. A lot of your activity is going to be up here, right? Downstairs just does not seem that elaborate to me. This upstairs seems bigger. Right off here, right off the loft, is it's a full bathroom right here. So you're going to use that. If you're utilizing the loft area, you're going to be utilizing that, and you can take a shower at the same time. This is a pretty big secondary bedroom. Not huge, but that's one of your secondary bedrooms. It's not an ensuite. I always look to see which ones are an ensuite. This one, again, is the same. That's why they fit a lot of bathroom here. Look at this. They fit a lot of bedrooms in the size of this house. This is going to be your loft area. I'm going to sit down for a second, tell you a few things about it. This is if you live here in Florida, this is going to be where you're going to hang out a lot. It's a family room away from the kitchen. If you want to go upstairs, watch TV with the family, watch the football game, this is how you're going to do it. All the bedrooms are up there. So this is a community that you're buying for the location. Wellington Green Mall is right up the street, close to the turnpike. I think I mentioned that. 441 corridor, State Road 7. You can get to Boca Raton in about 25 minutes here. The Wellington is the equestrian capital of the world. So if you're a horse person, homes here, like if you are in the season, like the polo season is like January through April, through like mid-April. People rent their homes here for a significant amount of money. Schools. Now, I have 3 kids, and they've been through the gamut of schooling. They've been through before kindergarten, through elementary, middle, high school, now college. Colleges here are excellent. University of Florida is one of the top public universities in the country. Look it up, University of Florida. So a lot of people, it's hard to get in there now, really hard. A lot of people moving to Florida, as you know. There are times when there are 1,000 people a day moving here. So there's good colleges. The Wellington area is known for their schools. This happens to be, I believe it's Panther National is up the street, is the elementary. You have Polo Park up the street. I think they're districted for that. They might be from the other one. Don't quote me on that. But the new one that opened in this area a couple years back is also highly rated. So people buy into this area for the schools. Our office is in this area. We are literally, right down the street. If you want guidance on schools and things like that, reach out. I've been through, my family and I have been through it. Reach out to Living in Palm Beach, Florida. We'd love to guide you. So before I show you the master, I showed you the 2 bedrooms on the other side before. I'm going to show you this bedroom. So the sizes of the bedrooms are a little bit again, pros and cons. We tell them both. The size of the bedrooms are not that huge. You're getting a lot of bedrooms in a small space. They're showing this as an office. It can be a bedroom because they have a closet here. That's the definition of a bedroom here in Florida. And here's your laundry room, decent sized laundry room. I think the other one was a little bit bigger. I like the other one a little bit better. There are other homes in here, by the way. There's the Whitestone, which is 2,894 square feet. I have seen that. They have that right down the street at Greyhawk Landing. That's a nice house. So if we're looking at this community, and that's a model, we will go down there and check it out. Now, what disappoints me a little bit about this model is this is the master. I mean, it's okay. It's serviceable, but it's not elaborate. Let me show you what I mean. Again, it does its job. It's serviceable, but it's not elaborate. Listen, and maybe that's you. Son, not everyone wants, a big master suite, and they prefer to use it in other spaces of the house. This is a house where you want to get a lot of bedrooms in a relatively smaller size for a 5-bedroom home. I mentioned the Whitestone. I like that model a lot. Because I mentioned that's also a 2-story. That's a 4 to 5 bedroom, so you can make that a 5, but it's bigger. It's 2,894 square feet. Price on that is roughly $780,000. The way this builder works is they have, I mentioned the classic and the estates. There's two models of the estates. The Eastleigh, which is their most expensive, is approximately $881,000. It's 2685. It's 2,685 square feet under air. It is I've seen the floor plan. It is a nice model. So you can go from small to large here if you're buying in Hendricks Reserve in Wellington / Lake Worth, Florida. So as I sit here in the backyard, I want to review the numbers with you. This is a community for people who are not crazy about HOAs. And I say that because the HOA here is extremely lean. I'm going to take you in front of the clubhouse is not ready yet. Like I mentioned, this community is just getting started. But I'll take you to in front where they're going to do it. There's not going to be a ton there. There's actually no clubhouse. There is a resort pool. There are going to be cabanas there. There's going to be a little park area. But it's not going to be a big elaborate amenity center. Thusly, and this place includes internet. So there's some services outside of, and if those takes care of your landscaping for the common areas and such. So the HOA is only $299. It's less than $300. So if you want to know a community with a low HOA, this is a community you should consider. They have 10 quick delivery homes here. So they typically with those homes, you can get a good deal. They're sitting on when they first started this community way back when, like probably going back a year now, they started building homes right away, 10 of them to be exact. And there's one ready right now. If you want it, actually two ready right now. The interest rate is 5.2%. If you're payment sensitive, like the payment you're going to have to put out for your mortgage every year, and you want to get a artificially low interest rate for the duration of a 30-year mortgage, they can do it. It's like an incentive that the builder here provides. 4.2% is a very low rate in today's market. Right now, interest rates are in the mid to high sixes. So there's two homes like that. They have 10 quick deliveries, which have significant incentive pricing. And when you price a quick delivery home, it's all in. So if we're going to quote you a price, it's going to be all in. You don't have to add the land and upgrades. It has it. They've chosen the upgrades for you. CDD. There is no CDD in this community. That's great. So that won't be in your taxes. So if you want a home with lean expenses, then you can just buy the home clean and live sort of in a lean lifestyle. Hendricks Reserve is a community I would consider in the Wellington, Lake Worth area of Florida. So I have this sheet in front of me that is comparing all this builder, the Pulte, DeVosta, their different communities. This is Hendricks Reserve. I talked about Greyhawk Landing a little bit. Greyhawk Landing is going to start at $850 and then going up to $1.3. Amara is coming up later this year. I am excited about that community. It's going to be a luxury community. They're going to start at about almost one. It says 1.3, but I'm hearing really closer to 1.5 and going up to 3 million. It's right down the street. It's going to be a little bit, more going on with amenities and all that kind of stuff. But just think about this. If you buy here at Hendricks Reserve, let's say an $800,000 house, you're next to $2 million homes. That's a pretty good deal. Last but not least, deep into Wellington, there's a community called Cantor that is 1.5 to 3 million. That's also coming up. So there's a lot of exciting stuff for new construction in this Wellington area and all around Palm Beach. So stay tuned for Living in Palm Beach if you want to get all the updates when it comes to new construction. See, I'm right here. I just walked the street from their model row. That is one of their quick delivery homes. It says available. Now that's going to be a little bit. They have they have two that are immediate, but if there are some that are anywhere between 6 months to 8 months, 8 to 6, 8 months is what it takes to build. I'm in front of, literally across the street from that house, is where their amenity center is going to be. It's going to be literally right back there, and as you could see. It's going to have a resort, according to the sign here, and what they've told me, resort-style pool cabana, tot lot, barbecue grills, open space. It's going to be basically a little park area for you guys to meet up with your neighbors. It's 117 homes, so it's going to be a nice, small, quaint environment. I could see having nice Memorial Day parties there and so forth. I think this is going to be a community that's going to be that you would enjoy. If you're relocating from anywhere else in around the country, this is a community I think you're going to have a lot of fun in. Wellington, Lake Worth, Palm Beach, paradise here in South Florida.